Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Pillion, South Carolina. Y'all, this is the Worm Wizard here in Pillion, South Carolina, and I just wanted to bring y'all this quick little video showing you my worm bins. I just got done feeding them some fresh shredded cardboard, and I poured let me show you my leachate pans down here. These are my leachate pans that collects the leachate that drips from the bins. As y'all can see it dripping there. It catches it down there in them pans, and every day or every other day, I come out here and I pick these pans up and I recirculate the leachate back over on top, especially when I put fresh shredded cardboard in there to moisten it up a little bit. Let me zoom in there so you can see. I don't know if y'all can see the color difference, but the darker cardboard there in the middle is what's been moistened. Now tomorrow I'll probably come out here and I'll stir it around with this little garden spade thing I got, this little claw thing. I use the claw side of it, not the shovel side of it, so I don't hurt none of the worms. And I'll stir in all that cardboard and get it all good and moist. But for today, I just topped it with fresh shredded cardboard, and I poured all the leachate pans back over on top. And what I love about these hungry bins is you ain't got to worry about overwatering it, because it's one of these continuous flow bins. So it'll flow, the water will drip all the way, run all the way down, gravity, Sir Isaac Newton and all that good stuff. Gravity will pull that water all the way down here, and there's a little hole right there, right down there. And all the excess water that the bin doesn't need just drips right off in that pan, and I catch it. And then I can sell this stuff. This is worm leachate, y'all. You could take this here. This is full of good stuff. All kinds of fungi and beneficial bacteria and stuff. And you can take this liquid and you can pour it in your garden and water your garden with it. Or the best thing I found to do with it is take this and make yourself a worm compost tea. Mix this with one of them bubblers, one of them aerators in a 5-gallon bucket or a 50-gallon drum, according to how big your garden is and how much you need. And you aerate that stuff and bubble it up with some compost, a little vermicompost mixed with it. Whoo, that makes some good compost tea, y'all. So anyways, I'm an eBay store. I sell my leachate. I sell about a 16-ounce bottle. I sell usually 2 bottles at a time. I think it's $8. $8 for 2 of these 16-ounce or a quart. 2 16-ounce bottles or 1 quart of this leachate for $8 on my eBay store. That's plus shipping, of course. But whatever I don't sell, I just recirculate this every day, every other day, back in my bin, and it gets super concentrated, y'all. I hardly ever have to put any water in these bins, and when I do, I just put a little bit of fresh water in there, but I just keep circulating it over and over. And yeah, that's the worm leachate. It drips down in these pans. Catch it right there. If you look, I got pans underneath all of them. So I don't waste none of the leachate. Everything's saved here. Whoop. No, I didn't mean to zoom in. Anyhow, I know I'm babbling, making this video way too long. I've done lost half of y'all, I'm sure. I just want to bring y'all through and show you what I got going on. Yes, sir. I'm going to take you down through here. I got these little bamboo sticks here. I'll show you what I do. I used to, when I first got these bins, I used to close the lid all the way. But what I found would happen is if you close this lid all the way, the condensation will build up. Condensation will build up on the underside of this lid, and it'll be all nice and moist, and that attracts the worms up there, and they'll be crawling all over the top of the lid. And when they do that, they'll start crawling all along the sides here, and next day you'll come out here and you'll find a bunch of them falling out on the bin on the floor down there. And let me tell you, when your worms land on a concrete floor, that dries them out quick, y'all. That'll kill them if you don't get to them quick like. So anyhow, what I found the best thing to do was I just put me a little piece of bamboo in there, like that right there. And I just prop the lid open like that and lets the air circulate under there so that condensation don't build up. It also, gives the worms plenty of air. And of course, if it gets really, really dry, or I ain't got no water for them for some reason, which that don't ever happen, but if it gets really, really dry, I can always lower the lid closer down so it catches more of the moisture and doesn't let it dry out so fast. So I can kind of regulate it like that. I know I said I wasn't going to babble, but here I am still babbling on. But that's what these little bamboo sticks here are for. That's to prop open my lids so my bins don't get too wet Well, really, it's just so the lids don't gather so much condensation. Because like I say, them worms, they love that condensation. They'll climb up and they'll crawl all over that thing. And then I'll have worms. Y'all, I come in here one day. That's back when I used to leave these lids closed all the time. And I come in here one morning. I had all these lids closed. I come in here one morning, and y'all, it was like a scene. It was like an apocalyptic scene in here. It was like Jonestown the morning after. All over the floor, worms everywhere, dead and stink. Woo! Talk about smell. Woo! Let about 100,000 worms go on the floor and die in the summertime. And you tell me that don't stink. Let me tell you. You get you a bunch of worms. You get you 100,000 worms dead on the floor in the summertime. Woo! That stinks, y'all. You don't want to do that. That's bad. No good. So this is what I do. Best thing I found. I love these hungry bins. Best thing I found to do is prop them open like that right there. I used to do it like this. I used to just stick the stick in there like that right there. Like right there. And it would just leave a little gap. But I found that sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes you need a little bit more. So I found that doing it like this is better. Just propping it open like that. And that's what I do. Oh, don't mind the cardboard on the floor, y'all. I was watering my windrow. I got windrows under these tarps, piles of worms under these tarps here. I think they call them windrows when you get them going in a row like this, a pile in a row. Anyhow, windrows. When I water them, because they ain't got no pans or nothing, and these things will dry out, especially even though I got the tarps over them, it's been so hot in this shed, they will dry out. So every few days or once a week, I'll pull the tarps back, and I got me a little water sprayer. I'll spray some water on them. Well, I put a little too much water on them, and the water ran off the pile and came out here into a big old puddle. And what I do is I just take my shredded cardboard, I just throw it on the floor, and step on it like this. Y'all hear that? And that dry cardboard will soak it up. And now I'll take my handy dandy broom and I'll sweep up all that pre-wet cardboard and I'll feed it to the worms. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll throw it on this windrow here tomorrow probably. But yeah, y'all, that's what I got going on here in the shed. There's my fresh, I'm about to call it mushroom compost. That's my fresh vermicompost I got, ready to sell. I got new lower prices on all my vermicompost sizes. I sell 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, and 40-pound packages. I got new low prices on them. Go check out my eBay store. Links down below if you're interested. Yes, sir. This is my holding bin for my shredded cardboard. Speaking of which, I need to go inside and shred some more cardboard right now. Y'all see this bag here? This is a 10-pound sack of fresh vermicompost I got ready for a customer. Let me see if I can zoom in there so you can see. I just got done weighing that up. What's that in there? What is that? What is that? A rock? Can't be having no rocks in there. We'll throw that out. All right, there was a little pebble in there. Anyhow, though, you see that wasn't but one pebble. But my vermicompost, y'all, it's got worms in it still. It's still got cocoons in it. I don't sift my vermicompost, so when you order it from me, you get all the goodies. And y'all, this is 10 pounds. I got to go inside and seal this bag up for my customer and mail it off this afternoon. All right, well, I reckon I done bored y'all enough with my worm operation I got going on here. Tell me what you think down below, y'all. I'd love to read your comments, and if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the worm wizard out. And y'all, if you made it this far, you already know it. I appreciate it. God bless you. And y'all, come on back now. You hear?